Happy holidays and happy Thursday. It's the day that we talk marriage. I'm Lesli Dories, your marriage coach, uh, founder of Foundations Coaching and creator of the Hero Husband Project. And it's the year end, and hopefully, wherever you are, it's warm and sunny. That's how it is here in North Carolina. And one of the things you might have heard that people think that government should be run like a business. And sometimes I think marriage should be run like a business because it actually is a partnership. And so a lot of times this is the time of year when businesses take a look and figure out how they're doing. And I question you, I challenge you to do the same thing with your marriage. Is it how you want it to be? If you were going to rate it, would you say it was profitable, or would you say you're on the verge of bankruptcy? Hopefully it's the former and not the latter. And one of the things that I know that my husband's company just recently did, or he had to do, was he had to rate his employees. And I'm curious as to how you would rate your spouse, but more importantly, how would your spouse rate you? Would you be getting a raise this year, or would you be given a warning that you're about to be fired? We think that there isn't anything we need to do once we get married. It's kind of like, oh, we're good. We can just put it on autopilot. But for most of us, that's not really a very wise thing to do. I know that things can get really busy. And I know that if you have children, that can really be a distraction. And there's a lot of things, a lot of people will say, oh, well, we're okay. And we're going to put the marriage on the back burner and take care of all these other things we have to take care of. We have to take care of our jobs. We have to take care of our kids. Sometimes we'll do things for ourselves, and the marriage will just kind of, just kind of go along in the background until something happens. And as I've said before countless times, nothing thrives on neglect, and your marriage won't either. And I know that it's hard to take time to, and I don't want to say you have to work on your marriage. I don't like using that word in relation to marriage because, I don't know, it doesn't sound very fun. And marriage should be fun. And that doesn't mean that sometimes it's not a challenge. But really, what would you rate yourself? If you had to give yourself a performance review as to how you did as a spouse this year, how would you rate yourself? Now, many people take a look at what their spouses, how they would rate their spouses. And that is an important thing. And you should let your partner know either when they're doing a great job or maybe where there's an area that stands room for improvement. But guess what? The bigger or the biggest influence on your marriage is going to be you. And, yes, I think it's important to get feedback from your partner, and hopefully that feedback is productive and not done in an angry or dismissive or hurtful way. But even if it is done that way, there's valuable information in what your partner is sharing with you. It hurts. I mean, if you've ever been fired from a job, if you've ever gotten a bad performance review, if somebody's ever told you, wow, you really screwed that up. I'm not going to lie, that hurts. But if we're brave and if we're smart, we can take that information and use it. It doesn't mean that your partner's 100% accurate. It just means that there may be a kernel of truth in what they're saying. And if we can take that kernel of truth and build on it, we can have great relationships. So at this time of year, when it's cold in at least the northern hemisphere, you might want to take some time and be as objective as you can about your marriage. Now, if it's not what you want it to be, that's okay. I don't know any business that hits things out of the park every day. Businesses suffer setbacks, marriages suffer setbacks. A lot of it's because we don't know how to approach that. And that's what I'm here to tell you, is that there are people like me who that's what we do. We help you. We can take a look at your marriage, just like you might have somebody come in and take a look at your business. We can take a look at your marriage and help you see where the strengths are, because there are some, and where the room for improvement is. So, whether you use a 1 to 10 scale or you rank it 1 to 4 or however you want to rank it, take a look at your marriage and at your part in it. Are you a good partner? Are you a good leader? Are you a good communicator? All those things matter. So hopefully this has been helpful, and hopefully you'll do that and you'll pay attention not just to the challenges, but also to the things that you've accomplished this year. And then seriously take a look and see what you'd like to do starting next year. So leave me a comment below. I would love to know how you would score yourselves as a partner. And until next week, stay loving.